Okay, welcome to our weekly injury update brought to you from beautiful West Australia at the classic Joondalup Resort. As you can see, it's a fantastic place. If you're going to have to be in quarantine anywhere, well, I can think of a hell of a lot of worse places to be. But this is something that is a bit special. We're taking the injury report around the country on location. Let's start from alphabetically. Josh Takeuchi. As you know, missed last week's game with an ankle injury, which he rolled his ankle at training up here in Sydney last week. He'll have a test tomorrow or Wednesday, but so far all the signs are good and Josh should be available for selection this coming week. Levi Greenwood, he's had some really good on-field sessions footy-wise. He's trending upwards, and in the coming weeks, as I said last week, we'll see Levi putting his hand up for some sort of match simulation or match conditioning. Howie had some swelling in the knee after that op a couple of weeks ago, but that's settling down. And look, what we're endeavouring to do, if hub life continues for a fair while, we'll get things in place for Howie to join the rest of the group. So that's what we're aiming at for the foreseeable future. Will Kelly, it was a real tragedy in his first game, and looked really promising too. So really, as I say, tragic news for Will. The top of the elbow joint, there is a fracture. It was unstable. So unfortunately from Sydney, he had to fly back to Melbourne. He'll see our specialist today. We would expect that he would undergo surgery probably in the next 24 hours or so. And unfortunately, that would mean his season will be terminated, and that's a great shame because, as I said, he was in a brief cameo of his first game. He looked lively, and I think we've found a player there anyway, so that's great news. Tommy Langdon will continue to up his footy program time on the ground. As I said last week, he's progressing. We'll take our time with Tom. But he's getting some good footy time under his belt, and hopefully he can keep going forward there. Trey Roscoe with that hammy, progressing well, and probably will be available for selection, pushing for selection next week. So he'll probably another week of rehab, but then he'll be ready to go. And the last but not least, Tonto in our match simulation versus Geelong last Thursday. A bit of a head clash, some mild concussion symptoms, which will probably rule him out of any contact this week, but it should only be a 1 weeker and we'll see him ready to go. As I said, on location from lovely Joondalup, and we'll see you again this time next week.